Let's send it back with another Isaac, though. I'm trying to get to 10 heart wins here. And I think we can get there soon. I'm trying to do like 3-ish Isaac runs a night if I'm playing Isaac. Today it was I ran out of things to upload on YouTube, so I gotta play more of my favorite roguelite that has been in public consciousness for like a decade and a half. I think I do have some Hades stuff that I can edit out and throw up on the YouTube too. Hades 2, good game. Isaac is a good filler game. Absolutely. That, and I've kind of set the goal for myself because I saw, not to steal your steez, Forrest, I saw you playing and I was like, you know what? I just got Dead God. I kind of want to start doing the unlocks again too. I kind of want to try and go for Dead God again. So thank you for the inspiration on that. That and Isaac is a game that I have a lot of time in, so it's really easy to just banter. It's a banter-rich game because there's a lot happening. And a lot to discuss if you end up running out of topics. Turns out it's fun. Yeah, it's a great game. I'm happy that you've been enjoying playing it. What else have you been playing lately? I know I've been playing a little bit of Night Rain with some of my buddies, or specifically one of my buddies. That game's also really good. I think my problem with it lies in that I just want to go Unga Bunga mode and just keep smashing stuff and not dodge, which is bad. Decided to play more offline Isaac, didn't want to keep waiting to get better. Yeah. It's a game that requires a lot of effort to like think about for the first, I would say, 30 hours or so. Because once you start getting the hang of things, like most of the characters, or at least most of the A-side characters, are like, okay, I get this. You gotta leverage your resources in various ways and see what you can get. And you just gotta get the game knowledge and like muscle memory down. I don't play a lot of offline stuff when gaming happens on recording these days. Yeah, I get that. That's kind of the same boat that I'm landing in, where it's just like, if I'm playing games, I kind of want to be like either recording it or streaming it. And I think that works well for the content that I'm putting out, but I want to play stuff like Expedition 33, and I want to play Kingdom Come Deliverance, and those are hard sells to get people to watch, so it's just like, I keep putting it off. I keep coming back to Isaac and being like, I feel like I'm at least doing something here. Getting a little bit of stuff accomplished. Oh, also, I set up a Discord, which I'm feeling... Please get off of me, flies. I set up a Discord that is just below the banner. If anybody is interested in that. I'll probably start linking it on the YouTube videos too. I just want to try and be more consistent on at least throwing out that, hey, I'm going live, because my time daily has been pretty inconsistent. Short form isolated gaming content does the best. It's true. It's true. The days of LPs are behind us, I feel. Back when it was more of a novelty to be able to see people play games on the internet. And now everybody just like watches the bigger name Twitch people or the smaller stuff. It's got to like re-percolate Just joined the Discord. Thank you, Forrest. I need to add you as a friend as well, if that's not overly presumptuous of me. What am I saying? Yeah, it feels like it's got to percolate back around into like, oh yeah, this is a game that is no longer in the zeitgeist. So people are like, oh, this is one of my favorites. I'm glad that somebody else is playing this again. Thank you, by the way, Forrest. Much appreciated. I'll be sure to accept that as soon as I'm done with this run. Because I feel like Death Stranding is kind of in that sort of vibe. Because Death Stranding 2 just came out. I think Kingdom Come Deliverance is kind of in that because the sequel just came out too. But I feel like I gotta get a handle. Well, your stream, good chatting. Thanks for stopping by, Forrest. Always good to see you. I appreciate you, and I hope that you get some good rest. Thanks for hanging for as long as you did. Yes, I feel like Kingdom Come Deliverance is exactly in that demographic, but I think it's just a little too late after the release window for the first one. Sorry, the second one. So it's like it's still percolating through the communities, and like a lot of the bigger streamers are playing it, or bigger air quotes, because Twitch is kind of a weird one. I watched Black Flag Corey from Northern Lions community playing, and I was like, oh, this is a game that I really want to play actually, and I worry that it's kind of in the same vein as. Let's go look for a secret room real quick. I don't think it's gonna be here. No. Could it be here? Yes, it's possible. Try here. Damn it. Okay, we also have some HP that we can leverage into a couple of plays on the sacrifice room. I think we're gonna do that as well. I need a DPS upgrade. I have one DPS upgrade. Oh yeah, I can't access that. I think we play this once. Yep, that's it. Okay. Where was I? I think Kingdom Come Deliverance is one of those games that people say, I don't really want to watch other people play it because it is so gameplay focused that people go, oh, somebody else is playing this. I want to play this now instead. It's kind of a weird place. I feel like Expedition 33 is also in that category, but I really want to play. I want to see what that game is. I want to play Silk Song. We had some really good like game releases this year. Hades 2. Supergiant just makes. Supergiant is a studio made of artists, and I love them for that. They have been my favorite like triple I studio since Bastion. Because I played through Bastion, and then I played Transistor. I think Transistor is one of those games that I started like twice, and then I was like, I gotta sit down and actually play this. Pyre is still in that camp for me. I know that I'm going to like that game when I actually dig my claws into it. Especially since it has so much replayability with the various storylines too. I love that. Um, Supergiant just makes art, and Transistor, beautiful. Pyre, beautiful. Hades, beautiful. Every element of them, of like the products, or I'll say art pieces that they put out, are just, those are the human experience. Those are these times of humanity being brought forth from nothing into everybody's lives. And it's inspiring. It's one of the reasons that I want to try and be an artist myself, because I want to try and do some like video essay stuff too, because I think writing is the only medium that I will ever really excel at. I mean, I could put a lot more time into other stuff like drawing, and I would like to at some point, but I think it's lower down on the priority list for me than like music, because I've never been a good musician, mostly in that I've not sat down and put forth the effort and practice into actually making. I really need a DPS upgrade here. I've never really sat down with an instrument. Like, the most I've ever played is the recorder in the 5th grade, because it was required of me. And even then, I didn't really practice. I was given these practice sheets, and it was just like hot cross buns. And my parents were not gonna let me practice, I don't think. I kind of grew up in a household where it was be seen and not heard, even if that wasn't the intention. If it wasn't, I certainly would have preferred hearing that over the sort of treatment that I had received. Anyways, not to continue to do therapy talk for myself. I just find that it's my history is one of those things that's easy to talk about because I have a lot to say about it. The secret room? No, secret room couldn't be there. It's already revealed. What am I doing? Second secret room could be the right of the boss, I think. But yes, music is one of those things that I am drawn to way more than the other mediums. This is crazy range ups. 48-hour energy too. Okay. Where was I going? Music is just one of those things that I think is very evocative. I listen to music and I go, wow, that evokes so much in me. I want to I want to learn music over other mediums. And I think writing is one that I think writing is one of those that I feel I could do well enough to sort of eke out a living from, or eke out what I want from life from. Because it's just, everybody has a message to convey. And I would like to try and write some fiction at some point. I want to try and write some music. I would like to try and learn the bass guitar. I don't know if my fingers will allow me to, but because I have weird genetics. I have bad tendons, so I think I'd need to work on like grip strength and everything. Need to work on that a lot. Which is funny because, like, as a kid, I used to be. Anytime I'd see a climbing wall, that was. I loved doing climbing walls. I went to, I think, one or two different rec center activities doing it, but that was a hot minute ago. And every time I loved climbing. And then I gained a bunch of weight from my drinking, and I never got back into it. So that's one thing that I should definitely re-pursue. It's important to stay on top of your hobbies, because it's easy to get washed away in, am I gonna take that? I need a DPS upgrade, so I kind of have to. Anyways, I just rock climbing. It was a sort of first like physical activity love of mine. I'm not gonna buy the restock. I'm trying to get my shop up. I'll just take my spirit heart and go then. I might be able to actually leverage that a little bit more too. Nope, never mind. I'm getting hit on an easy room. Anyways, rock climb. You gotta work the mind and the body. They are one. The body, the mind, the soul. I mean, they're all pretty decent Isaac items, right? You might as well think about them outside of video game context as well. Health down. No! I need I need any boon that I can get. But yes, rock climbing was a big hobby of mine. One of my first dates with my first girlfriend was actually rock climbing with her mom, who was not a very good mom. But she took us because that's what she was demanded of. I mean, I feel like I have a lot of terrible ex stories, but I should temper that with I was not a very good partner either. So don't be like, oh yes, people be crazy. Everybody has their own story that they gotta work through, and I certainly needed to work through a lot of my own before I could even consider being a good partner. Or consider myself as a good partner, I should say. Like, a story of both of me and my first partner not being the greatest to each other was we just graduated and we went to this like school sponsored after graduation party. So obviously nothing is happening there. And it was like a 24-hour, not 24-hour. It was essentially you did voluntary confinement in order to like hang out with a bunch of people. And we went to that and I was like, this sucks. And also my social battery is completely drained. I want to be doing anything else. So I texted my friends and I was like, hey, will you guys come pick me up? And they said, okay, we'll come pick you up. And then I was told by the people up front that in order to leave, I had to have my parents show up. So I texted my dad. This is one of the few times that I was like, wow, my dad can actually do things for me, be nice to me, and do things that I kind of need him to do. Um, anyways, I messaged him. I was like, this sucks, get me out of here. Because he knew my friends. We did not drink. We were just going to go home and play, like, Magic the Gathering. We were going to play Magic the Gathering or just, like, video games. I think Dark Souls 2 was our game of choice around then. Or one of our games of choice. That game, by the way, I am not the biggest fan of. In retrospect. At least Scholar of the First Sin. That... I kind of need the DPS upgrade. But flying is also good. We go with the DPS upgrade first. I literally can't, so... Anyways. So my dad was like, I'll come get you. Comes and gets me, and my spouse... Not my spouse. I am very glad that I am not married to that person. Mostly because we would have been terrible for each other. I think, I hope she's doing well, actually. I try not to wish ill will upon anybody, really. Just because it's better to be positive towards yourself and others. At least that's the mindset that I try to embody nowadays. I was a lot worse about it previously. Yeah, that seems like a pretty good upgrade for me. I will in fact take Black Lotus. What was I saying? Anyways, we would not have been good for each other. She wanted to get married. And we were like 19. And being from Utah, that was sort of that kind of is the standard, at least to my knowledge. It at least was back then. I'm just playing so poorly. I'm taking so much damage that I do not need to take. But yes, she wanted to get married at a young age, and I did not. Because I knew that I wanted more. I needed to discover myself more, and being with them, it was a lot less of a tenable situation. Like, not something that would work long term, and I knew that it wouldn't. I was with them because they were my high school sweetheart, and I was a doormat, and I meant to break it off for a while. Oh, I didn't finish my story. So they were the one that wanted to go to the after school party thing, and I was like, I'm bailing. And they said, if you leave, I'm going to be mad at you for a long time. I was like, okay, well, I'm still gonna leave because I'm having a terrible time. So it was a situation of both of us being like prioritizing our own needs over the other person's, which, like, you should be able to compromise most of the time. I don't know how that situation would have... I don't know how compromise would have been found in that situation, to be perfectly honest. I was having a bad time, and I did not want to continue to be there. Ooh, paperclip. Master of unlocking. You were almost a Jill sandwich. Ooh, sinus infection too? Let's go. Now we're getting the DPS upgrades we need. Anyways, to actually finish the story, it was the night before their birthday, and so I still went to their birthday party because I was their boyfriend, and they gave me the cold shoulder the entire time. I was like, I don't even know why I'm here. I'm having a bad time. Your relatives are not great to be around. But we had a discussion at some point where I think we resolved it well enough. This is kind of a terrible combo, actually. I have, like, no range. That's a huge bummer for me. And another health down. Woof. Anyways, I don't remember how we ended up resolving that. I just remember us fixing it enough that we stayed together. And then I think later that year or next year we ended up breaking up. We lasted into, I think, sometime in 2016. And we'd been together since 2014. But I think that was my longest relationship, and there were a lot of elements of me that just, I was messy, to say the least. They were also quite messy, but it was a bad situation. It was not a healthy relationship. And I knew that I wanted out. I knew that I wanted out for like a year, but I just doormatted because that was my issue, is that I would just roll over because that's what I was taught. We model the I'm not taking that. I don't think there's any way that I can fix I don't think that could fix our situation here either. Oh, okay. The less we get hit, the better. Anyways, it was a bad situation. It was a bad relationship. They wanted out from their parents' place, and they were like, I jokingly, I'm pretty sure, suggested, you could become a stripper. And she did. She was like, are you sure you're okay with this? After I was very supportive of it. Not because I was like, oh yeah, I get to see my girlfriend in hot outfits or whatever. It was just like, well, sometimes you gotta have a means to the end. And that was her way of fixing her situation. And again, no judgment towards sex workers at all. I am very pro doing what you need to do and like being in charge of yourself. If it were feasible for me, I would be fine being in sex work, I think. I just don't think I am of the right kind of I don't think I'm the kind of individual that people are gonna look at and be like, damn, that person's hot. I want to watch them dance around or whatever else kind of work that entails. Because, like, I am a people person and I care about what people have to say, and, like, that's why I wanted to become a therapist. I care about people, because that's what is society if not a lot of people. So, what's my moral here? There isn't a moral. Well, there kind of is. My moral, be nice to people. You never know what's going on. Where am I? Where else am I going with this? What was I talking about? Who are you? I want... I wanted to showcase that I am very fallible as well with that story. And say that I did not give a very good relationship to my partner at that time, and I should have just tapped out when I was done. Because I would rather do that than draw anything out that you're only going to make yourself and the other person unhappy drawing out a relationship like that. You don't want to be a doormat. You don't want to be the kind of person that can't handle yourself enough that you have to rely on other people to do it for you. It's important. Don't neglect your own mental well-being. Everybody has their own story. Everybody... Ooh, holy mantle. Yes, please. I'm just taking damage for stupid reasons as well. Be nice to yourself. Be nice to other people. This is my problem. I get on a high horse and I'm like, I gotta moralize. I gotta moralize. I'm here for story time. I'm here to be a storyteller. For other people, at least. And nobody wants to be moralized at. Just all the time. I know I certainly didn't. I think the best acts of, we'll say, love are not controlling other people and just accepting people for who they are. So a lot of the time you kind of have to learn how to accept yourself for who you are before you can really do that for everybody else. So keep that in mind. Love yourself in order to love others. Oof, wrist. I feel like I was in a good story flow, and now I feel like I've pulled apart too many threads. Isn't there a Weezer song about this? Island in the Sun? Is that the one? Let's be real. Weezer kinda okay. Am I gonna take that? I mean, I gotta, right? What in the... What is this? Oh, what the... What have I done to my run? My run, it's very sick. I can't even hit this. Big boy. Yo, Yelnats! How's it going? We had Forrest in just a bit ago. How are you doing? How have your holidays been? I think I've neutered my run. I think I've picked up every... I think I've picked up every bad item I could in order to make this run as hard as possible. We're just... How do I even hit enemies with this? Please! Is this how I have to do this? I have to... All of the tears just dribble out of me. Get Ipecac. Yes! That would... Ipecac will save me. Surely Ipecac will be my out for this. Oh god. What have I done? Okay, noted for the future. Monstro's Lung and Eye of the Occult do not play well together. And especially not well with, Where are my shots even going? Come on, please! I'm going crazy here. Never mind.